Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Talking Skritt. I'm your host, John, better known as Dale. We're on Yak Spin, and we have a fantastic show for you. A sale worthy of the MAAD King himself, new world linkings for World v World, and another mount becomes real, and much more. But first, let me introduce you to my fellow host. She is an editor at Guildmag, writes for MMORPG.com, and also her own site, MMORLA.com. I think she scared off Malthanis with her mighty roar last week, since he's not here. So say hello to Robin.
Hi, yay. So excited.
Awesome.
Another Dale and Arlie show. Woo.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite, I hope. Because that's what you're getting this week, no matter whether you like it or not.
Dynamic duo.
Sure. Dynamic duo, dynamic content that's in Guild Wars 2.
Yay!
Guild Wars 2 was at Guild Wars 2 is owned by ArenaNet. Arena was at Paris Games Week this weekend. We talked about it a little bit last week. They kind of teased about, they were going to have another type of statue type thing to ride on. Last time they had the Griffin mount that made its way through, I think, most of the NA conferences, right?
Yeah. And they even took it to one of the Comic-Cons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so basically it seemed like the conferences and stuff that they went to in the North American region, they took the Griffin mount. Well, it seems like they have a specific one for EU, because they kind of just refer to it as the EU one in general. So, and that one is the Jackal, and you kind of see the pictures here of it. They did name it Jean-Luc. I was so tempted to say Jean-Luc just to irritate the internet. But I don't think everybody would have believed me that I did it on purpose.
Right.
But it
looks so cool.
Yeah, like the runes like glow, and as you kind of see, they did kind of dress it up a little bit since they are in France. Like you see a baguette in its mouth and little beret but
yeah, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Griffin had any lights or light up things on it at all, which makes me a bit jealous.
Lisa, I was just going to say, yeah, I was, as someone that got to partake in the experience of the Griffin, would you rather be on the Griffin or want to ride the Jackal? And I'd love to know what chats. Both. Well, like apparently from the sounds of it, you have to go to one of the EU conferences, so maybe it'll show up at some of the other ones. But
I wonder if they did that because
just
shipping it over the ocean was too crazy, so they made one in EU to ship around the EU.
That makes sense. I mean,
or I also know one of the big problems with the Griffin was that the way it was situated, people always wanted to step on or put weight on one of the wings as they were getting up and down, and they had to constantly be like, don't touch it, don't put any weight there, don't do anything because you'll get hurt. I think Gail or somebody was telling me there was one person who went to just to stand fully on the wing at one point. So they were like, So I don't know.
Actually, that's a great question, Chad. That's one question I was actually going to throw out there was, do you think they'll do another one? And if so, what one do you think will be the next one? Since it went Griffin, Jackal, do you think they're going in reverse order?
Maybe.
So,
which would make the mana next?
Yeah, the skimmer. Battle Moose. Like the roller beetle.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I just got a text message asking me when I was planning to vote from some random person. Sorry.
Okay.
What? Why? What's
Well, no,
happening?
that was me. I was asking you when you're going to vote on what mount do you think will be next?
Okay, there you go.
The important stuff.
Honestly, I kind of hope if they do keep going, I kind of hope they skip Skimmer, because I don't know. I don't feel like that would be as cool as some of the other ones. Like the Springer and the Raptor would be really neat.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of agree. Since it's when you just kind of see the Skimmer without the context, you're just going to say oh, it's a manta ray, or it's
right.
from someone that's walking by. Whereas this is this one I think is excellent because it's very unique. The Griffin, I mean, there are Griffins in other games and stuff like that, but I think it still shows it off fairly nicely. The Raptor, I think, even though that would kind of be generic, would probably catch people's eyes just because it would be a freaking raptor.
Because they'd be like, it's a dinosaur!
Yeah. Roller Beetle, I mean...
It'd be cool, but that wouldn't be a weird one as well.
Yeah.
The rabbit, the Springer would be good too, because people would be like, giant bunny!
I completely forgot about the Springer.
How do you forget about the Springer? Or more likely, the giant bunny, they'd be like, giant jackalope!
Oh, yeah. I mean, they could theoretically do a different skin for it, but
you know
it just seems like they're kind of doing the generic ones.
Right. I was going to say, if they did the roller beetle, though, like, that would be cool because they could do, like, a cage and have a mechanical spinny thing in the middle.
I was thinking of, like, how they could pull off, like, making it actually spin.
Right. That could be cool.
Because, that would draw me in if I just saw giant things just start rolling.
Right. I'd be like, what the heck?
Maybe even add the sound effects or, like, the back of the seat thruster thing, like, light up so it looks like it's pushing the person.
Oh man, yeah.
And then Ruby there with a giant fan just blowing the
with a hold a fan up so that like blows their hair back. Like
exactly.
Like take the action shot. Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, the roller beetle would just be a saddle floating in the air, and the beetle would just be a ball on a treadmill. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to think of like how they can make it look good or make it look like something they would want to walk up to.
It has the cage around it, and the cage is what sits on the ground, and then the roller in the middle can just have like a motor on it spinning or something. Like that would be one way to do it.
I wonder how expensive and / loud that would be.
Right, that's the other thing, yeah. But that was also kind of why I was saying the skimmer would be a little bit like not exciting, I think, because one of the cool things about the skimmer is just like it skims, it floats above the ground, and there's no real way to do that. So like you have to have it obviously propped up off the ground somehow, and I don't know. I feel like it would make it less interesting looking.
So Arena, you need to fund like all the hoverboard technology stuff just so you can implement it into the skimmer.
Right, there you go.
Because I mean, honestly, if I get on there, like it just lands on the ground, it's like, give it a second. It's like, I'll be like, where can I buy a copy?
Lose my mind, yeah.
Because apparently you need the money back after getting that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm kind of leaning more towards Raptor, or if they could pull it off, the Beetle.
Right.
If they could do some kind of action for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, if you do want to check it out, I think this one, like you were saying, is still exceptionally beautiful. It's has like kind of lighting up runes and whatnot, and
yeah, so. I'm kind of jealous that they got it and we didn't get it. Makes me sad. Oh, I didn't even notice that he was holding roses in his mouth in one of those pictures.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Okay, sorry.
No, yeah. If you follow their page on Twitter, they've tweeted out a couple of pictures of
Instagram ones. Too. Did you see the one where they did the picture of him and they were all holding cards around it, like so much wow and many rides? And it was pretty funny.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think it's definitely a fun way to do this, and I started to think about it was because you know how what is it, outside of Blizzard's headquarters they have like the big orc statue, I think it is.
Yeah, they have a few statues now.
What if they eventually like get through all the mounts and like then it goes, I don't know the outside of ArenaNet's building or something, but then have like basically a statue of all, you know, maybe just the base ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because they'd have to cut it off at some point if they keep adding them, but
right. They'd have to clear out a lot of area in front because so right now the building's there and then there's a parking garage right in front of it essentially. So
okay.
What they could do is they have an ArenaNet sign up top. They could put the mounts up on the roof, but like them waving. Yeah.
There you go, ArenaNet. Well, I'm secretly trying to find a way so they can get the Jackal to the NA so we can get on it.
Right.
Like, yeah, it would look great at your office. Then I'm gonna come visit. And
I was also wondering, like, where do they store them when they're not out? Like, are they sitting in somebody's office and they gotta like shuffle around them to get to their desk and stuff?
I now I'm just imagining like a storage unit, and then it's like in like a year on A&E, you're gonna find the Greatest Storage Wars episode where they open the thing and it's just a jackal head. They're like, what the?
Yeah.
ArenaNet didn't pay their bill, so it went up on auction.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely cool looking mount. If you are in that area or are watching this, or are there, I'm sure you're not watching this. It'd be, if you are, man, you're truly dedicated. But yeah, go check it out if you can. It's definitely an interesting mount. Hopefully we see it at other EU conventions and hopefully NA, but it does really seem like EU specific.
Oh my God. Most likely they could start selling jackal souvenirs at the cons, just a jar of sand with some rocks in it.
Oh, that's just.
Oh.
Like Christmas decorations instead of sand on the roof, it's all the mounts. Exactly. There you go.
Yep.
I like that idea of just selling the sand. That's what they should do with the griffin. They could have just sold like a feather type thing. Like
it's a real griffin feather, I swear.
What would the other ones be? And now I'm like just playing around. Like what would the other ones be? Beetle.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, hey, if you think of one in the comments or whatever, just what would the other mounts selling souvenirs be? Oh boy, I'm now scared. Oh, Raptor could be the Talon, like in the what's his face in Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
Oh, I would learn that like monologue that he tells that kid.
Rip you open.
Yeah. Anyway. But hey, if you are enticed by this and you're like, oh, maybe I want to, play some Guild Wars 2, maybe hop in for the first time, or I now have gotten to ride this mount. My character should be able to ride this mount. I need to get POF. Well, good news. From October 25th to November 4th, they are decreasing, or it's 50% off for Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire. Now, that is only through their store. That's the important thing to note. And it only applies to Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire Standard Edition, Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire Deluxe Edition, Guild Wars 2 Standard Collection, and Guild Wars 2 Deluxe Collection. And I do want to say, always do remember, if you are watching, maybe you found the game through, I know Inks was in chat earlier. If you found it through Inks or maybe even Dolphy or Peach, Bog Otter, there's loads of, like Deror, there's loads of partners out there that actually get a little bit of a kickback when you do buy the game. If you can buy it through them, it still goes through the same website, but it just shows that they kind of guided you there. Always helps the community and all the streamers and content creators, so definitely check one of them out, and I'm sure they'll be happy to give you their link if they do have one.
Yep.
So
yay.
But the important thing is, when you are going there, you have to use a specific code. Now you're like, see, you just bought it, you're like, I just bought it for full price. That's why you wouldn't buy one from me, because look how bad I am at it. You have to use the code PGW50, so PGW50 at checkout when you purchase the expansion from the official site. And so, I mean, is anyone here going to be picking up another copy, or I don't know? Do you have like alternate accounts? I'm not sure. Like, I know a lot of people were having alternate accounts. Are like, oh, this might be a good time to upgrade it to POF.
Yeah, I've always I know people do it for like the daily rewards and stuff, and for I think legendary mats and ascended stuff and whatnot, but I've never gotten on the alternate account train. I don't really see the point for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to not be. I'm more the Fashion Wars type person, so I'm like, but I'll lose all my fashion. Like, I'll be worried I was like another character on that account. It's like, oh, but he doesn't have this, and then this one doesn't.
Right. That's the other thing, like starting over with all my wardrobe stuff and my dyes, and like I have my look set for my characters. I don't change them now. So like, it's not like I need all of those, but nonetheless.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but if you are, this is a perfect opportunity. Like I said, it's from October 25th to November 4th, so you do have to act fairly soon. And remember, they use the code PGW50. So definitely check that out. And hopefully, if this is your first time going into PoF, because I have seen a couple people saying that they've maybe picked up the game for the first time or have been. I saw one actually on the subreddit that was saying they were a free-to-play character and they finally got their character, the mounts, and like, so it's like, you know, that's awesome. I mean, especially for ArenaNet, they're, you know,
the one I saw was somebody was free to play for 2 years and they just bought it. So I was like, that's amazing. Yay.
Yeah, fantastic. So, and so, yeah, definitely check that out if you're in the market for another one, or, you know, maybe a early holiday gift, maybe enticing someone to get into the game. Save yourself some money. You can just say, yeah, I paid full price for it, but, you know, you just save yourself some money.
I kind of still wish they had gone the route of every time they come out with a new expansion, like if you buy the newest one, you get the old ones with it. It makes me sad they didn't do that. Like, I understand people would be pissed about it, but it would have been a great, it would have lowered the bar for people converting from free to play.
I mean, in a way they did, because wasn't it like if you go, and it might still be there, if you go to the checkout, it like says like, oh, do you want to buy Heart of Thorns for it? And I thought that's what the whole...
It was like, a reduced amount of money, but you're still spending more money to buy it. You just didn't automatically get it with it.
Well, but I think, because wasn't PoF less money this time, but it's because it didn't include that, which if you then tacked on the Heart of Thorns, didn't it take it right up to around $59.99, which was what...
It did, but the reason Heart of PoF was less was that Heart of Thorns was a complete like systems overhaul where they added new systems and all of that went into it, and rather than just building on what was already there.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm curious to see how, like, with the next expansion, like, are they going to offer, like, do you want to buy PoF and Heart? Like, how big's that like sidebar list going to be? Which that will also be daunting for a new player.
Well, it's like what I always said. The reason why I never played Guild Wars was because by the time I heard about it, they had, I think, 3 expansions, and I was like, I want to buy all that, you know? Like, it was too much. And
I know for the people that are on the internet, I'll be your internet voice here. Technically, they weren't all 3 expansions. They were standalone campaigns. There was only 1 expansion, so there you go. There you go, internet. You don't have to type in the comments. But that did make it confusing, especially once they released, like, didn't they have like a Game of the Year edition version? That had some of the stuff, but not all the stuff. And then like they also had some bundles where it was like, you know, you can pick 1 or 2 of the campaigns and the expand. Like a lot of the bundles became odd. So yeah, I like to see like more of a lump sum of option.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, especially if we keep going, like you were saying, it's going to be a bigger and bigger deal.
Yeah, like chat saying, a complete version. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's just extremely useful for new players because, like, you don't have to go back and play the old story, but it's nice to have the option to, you know?
And, you know, it would still be great if it like include the past living story stuff for some of those people, but I know they gotta make their money somewhere.
Yeah.
It is one of those things, because I think I saw the same, like that same article you were talking about where they were a free to play player for 2 years. They're like, oh, I'm gonna get PoF and start the story, but I think they were also saying how they were gonna get Heart of Thorns. And they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get the synopsis for the Scarlet War and jump into Heart of Thorns. And I'm like, you gotta do season 2 first.
Yeah, there was a whole other season in between there.
Yeah. That's one part you can actually play. Unfortunately, you can't do season 1.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't come with it, or it doesn't like guide you very well.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were doing the thing in season 2. If you played during when it was new, you got it for free.
Yes.
So that, yeah. Okay.
So hopefully, well, that was 2 years ago. Would they have been?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That was more than 2 years ago. Because remember, we had a year between when they announced Heart of Thorns before we got a Heart of Thorns. So that takes up a whole year.
That's right. Well, any other thoughts on the PoF sale?
Awesome. If you don't have it, get it.
Well, the good news is for that person that was a free-to-play player, now that they have an actual copy, they can get into World v World earlier, because before you'd have to wait to a higher level. Speaking of World v World, this past week they did the World v World Re-linkings, and we have the Relinkings here. And for EU, Augury Rock, Arborstone, and Fort Rannoch are going to be one team. Aurora Glade and Gunnar's Hold are going to be one team. Baruch Bay is all by themselves. Desolation and Black Tide are one team. Drakkar Lake and Miller's Sound are one team. Oh man, I think I butcher this every time. Dezagner and Abaddon's Mouth are one team. Alona Reach is by themselves. Gandara and Fissure of Woe are together. Jade Sea and Vizuna Square are one team. Kodash is by themselves. Pike and Square and Runes of Sirmia are one team. Riverside is by themselves. Seafarer's Rest and Ring of Fire are one team. Vabi and Far Shiver Peaks are together. And Whiteside Ridge and Underworld are together as well.
Woo.
Oh, chat saying not much change there. I was gonna say, I don't know who our team was for Yak's Ben last.
I never remember.
Yeah, but for NA side, Anvil Rock and Gate of Madness are one team. Black Gate is by themselves. Crystal Desert, Maguma, and Devana's Rest are one team. Fort Aspelwood and Aojanthir are one team. Henge and Denravi and Dragonbrand are together. Caning and Ferguson's Crossing are one team. Northern Shiver Peaks and Sorrow's Furnace are one team. Sanctum of Rawl is by themselves. Sea of Sorrows and Dark Haven are together. Stormbluff Isle, Boreless Pass, and Eridon Terrace are one team. Tarnished Coast and Jade Quarry are one team. And Yaxben and Emery Bay are one team.
Yep. Every time I hear that Blackgate is by itself, I always think of the cheese stands alone.
Okay, so chat's saying Yaxben and Emery Bay were together last week. So, and
together forever.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get teamed up against Blackgate, because I don't think that was one issue. Was Blackgate and was like a tier 1 server, and I forget who else we were playing. But I think I logged in Tuesday because I was getting ready for my character for Zero. We were doing a special War of World Zero to Hero on Wednesday, which you should definitely check out. Yeah, last week was against Blackgate. When I checked in, I was like, oh, let me just look at the War of World standings and see how bad it is. We had 7% of the land. And granted, when we did War of World on Wednesday, while we had more land, it wasn't much better. Like, we were just basically fighting at the gate. But yeah, good Blobgate deserves to be alone. Ouch.
Oh,
true, but ouch. But yeah, and I forget, because I remember seeing someone talking about this, and there were a couple of changes here and there, but yeah, I think most of them stayed fairly the same. I just hope they look at the matchups better, because like I said, a lot of people were saying like how Yak's Bend currently is like, I don't know, like tier 3 or something like that, but it's like we were teamed up against Blackgate and then I forget who else, but it was like, how is this fair? I don't know, maybe we just did exceptionally well and it just threw us in there, but was it painful? So, I don't know. I look forward to the continued alliances and maybe some of the newly formed ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Yax was tier 2 last week, and this week is tier 2 again. Okay, I thought someone was telling me tier 3, so. Granted, that's what I get for reading World v World chat. I'm sure people were massaging the facts to make it sound worse.
Why would people ever do that, Deo? That's not a thing people do.
Well, the great thing with it is, now that the pairing system, it wasn't Yax Bender, it was Emery Bay that was lying. I'm kidding, for anyone that's on Emery Bay. But reading team chat is a terrible idea. You're right, I'm going to stop doing that immediately.
Especially in SPVP. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even imagine. I wouldn't want to imagine.
Like 2% of the messages are trying to be helpful and like coordinate stuff, and then the rest of it is just crap.
Telling you to go die in a fire.
Yeah. Or people being like, I don't care what you say, I'm going to do this. Like, okay.
I love it. But any final thoughts on the WvW Re-linkings?
I should go spend more time there, but
yeah, I should too.
You know, honestly, for me at this point, one of the reasons I don't is that I haven't spent enough time in there to unlock gliding. But at this point, I don't want to go in and spend time in there without the gliding, because like it's hard for me to keep up with anybody. If I try to be part of the Zerg or moving around, it's just frustrating. So it's kind of like a self-defeating cycle there.
Last week would have been perfect for you to be on when we were doing Wednesday Zero to Hero. We could, like I said, we couldn't even leave that front gate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think it was Blackgate. It was either Blackgate or whoever else we were fighting. It was just they had us pinned at our like spawn gate thing, and
that's the worst.
Yeah, I mean we kind of broke out into the thing, but it basically never left that spot pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was caning. Okay.
Caning.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Well, Blackgate popped in every once in a while. Every once in a while, I got a splash of green coming in. They were opportunistic, but yeah, Koenig was just relentlessly. But yeah. So see, we need more people on the servers, Yaxpen and Emery Bay, before the alliance system comes in. Who knows when?
I was gonna say, when does that?
When Half-Life 3 comes.
Didn't they announce that they were working on that like over a year ago now?
It feels like it hasn't. I mean, I know in guild, like 1 or 2 guild chats ago, is they did mention like how they were playing around with some of the new tech, which this wasn't gonna be like the alliance update, but they were gonna introduce something with like the next little tiny balance patch or something. So hopefully there's a little bit of quality of life or love coming to WvW for something. But oh, Yaxben is full and Emery Bay is medium. Well, fill up Emery Bay quick. Amazing how Yaxben is still full. Jeez.
Right? It's weird.
Especially if it's supposed to only read WvW, you know,
participation. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, they have to go through major UI changes with the alliance system. Yeah, I know it's pretty far out there, and I hope we see it. I hope we see some kind of announcement by the end of the year or early 2019 of just like teasing something, even if they're like,
or like saying this is where we are with it, you know?
Yeah,
something.
Some kind of news. But we shall see. Maybe it'll be a nice little Winter's Day gift. Just the news, not the actual thing.
Right.
Now that dev has just been like, are you serious? You want me to release it by Winter's Day?
Yeah.
I mean, if you could, that'd be great, but I want to be realistic.
Right.
But yeah, so hopefully we'll see some good matches out of the slightly adjusted relinkings. But hey, you know, like I said, that person that is now playing WvW earlier, maybe you bought the game for a friend or something and you saved a little bit of money. But you put that back into the game by maybe spending something a little bit nice on yourself, like at the gem store.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You did a good deed, you know, saved a little bit of money, did a good deed. You know, treat yourself. Gem store. Thank you to always Dolphy.net. Check out Dolphy.net so you can spend your gems more wisely. First up, the only new item that we did get was the MAAD Realms Mounts Pack. So it is 1,600 gems, and I like to always say this just in case, it is just the skins. It doesn't unlock the mounts for you. If you do not have the mount currently, it does save the skin, you know, in there. So when you do unlock one eventually, it will have that skin waiting there for you.
Raptor looks so cool.
Yeah. But one interesting thing is it does not include a beetle mount skin, which a lot of people were wondering since I think, is this the first pack that we got
I
after
think
the Beetle
so.
release? Because I think a lot of people were wondering.
Well, I think there was one almost right when we first got the Beetle mount when we
Oh
were
yeah,
all
it was
like,
like the Pharaoh one or something, or the
yeah, and
undead.
since it
Yeah.
was a brand new one, we were like, maybe that's why they didn't include it. But I think this is the first one we've gotten a while after it's been out, where it's been part of the thing for a bit, and it's still not included. So maybe their approach with the packs are just for the base 5 mounts, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever
Not a
reason.
not a fan of the wings. I like them. I like them on some,
Right. I like them on
but
the Raptor just because they're kind of hilarious. Like, there's no way those wings could possibly ever make that fly. So it's just hysterical to me. That's why I like it.
it helps to do the long jump.
Yeah.
They didn't put the wings
Glide.
on them, I would have bought them instantly. Now I'm on the fence. I can definitely see what you mean, because that does make it kind of distinctively Halloween
Mm-hmm.
esque. Where, because I was gonna say this, if you want like a nice set of mounts that dies pretty nicely, because as you see them go through the die channels, you could make this thing a blinding ball of light, which I'm sure Inks has already bought his set. You can make it as kind of dark and like smoky as you want. It's maybe if you're going after like the achievement armor, the radiant armor with what were the chaos weapons? Like you can see here, the bunny. It's like they kind of do that with all of them, where it's like you kind of make like a chaos version of the
Mm-hmm.
like
I
animals.
also, one thing that this one has that the last year's Halloween skin pack didn't have is that as it's running around, there's like a smoky bat effect coming off of them. I think that's really cool. I like that, and that smoke effect is dyeable. So however you dye your mount, that's the color the bats will be when they come off. Just really cool.
Distinctively Halloween-esque is the key. If they hadn't done something, then people would argue
Oh my
that
god,
there was
I
nothing
have to
unique.
say that dye job, the red with the black face on the Springer, it just reminds me of the Joker.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's a couple
okay,
moments
I
like
was
with,
like, oh my god.
honestly, that's why I would say, like, to counter what Mafongo's saying is, um, I don't think you needed the little bat wings to make it Halloween esque.
Mm,
Like if you had like that, I think that face alone is kind
right.
of, kind of that jack o' lantern, Mad King esque
Are there
style
little?
look.
Oh, there are little. No, I can't tell on the skimmer. Are there little bat wings on that one too?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I think the little wings there have always been there on all the
Yeah,
skimmers.
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like those little flappies are the normal ones that are there. Hmm.
But yeah, the way Dolphy dyes the like final one, it's like almost like a black and purple with like a bright white ghostly mouth. I was like, that
Right.
almost right there sold it to me for a skimmer mount, which we were
Mm-hmm.
just talking about how we're like so disinterested with the skimmer. It's like, but yeah, I, it's just
Oh, the
weird.
big fins are more shaped like bat wings.
Oh,
The
okay,
okay, yeah, that's right. Thanks, Tavik, for pointing that out because that was kind of bothering me. I was like, what is going on there?
but yeah,
um,
so you can pick that for 1600 gems. Look, you're already saving because I blundered it.
yeah.
But like I said, it does not include a roller beetle mount. If that's a deal breaker for you, I mean that's how it is, and hopefully this was maybe just like started being worked on beforehand, and they just didn't do a. It's just weird that we wouldn't see the whole pack be covered, but I could understand, like, I think what you were saying, Robin, was it could just be um only the sets are only for
Right,
the P, like these are the POF core mounts or something.
right. Yeah, which I feel like would be a slightly odd choice, but I can also see why they might do that. So,
Which makes me wonder, I mean, granted we only had one mount so far. If we do have more, will we have, the season 2 mount pack set,
mm-hmm.
or not season 2 but season 4, and supposedly we're going to have another season, or maybe they'll have the Living World season pack skin set, and have maybe both 4 and 5 if there are more than 2 or something. But kind of want people to see that Griffin, and yeah, it's playing out now. So, but yeah, that's basically all the different mounts. So definitely check it out if you want to. It's definitely, like I said, I think it dies excellently well if you can kind of get over the wings.
The other thing is one of the things I liked about the Halloween mounts last year was that while they looked distinctively Halloween, depending on how you dyed them, you could also make it not look Halloweenish. You could make it look more like a cool effect on your mount that wasn't specifically Halloween.
Yeah, I think that's what I said last year was, or like when they first introduced them, was like you can dye the Halloweenness out of it. It's like,
right. And this one's more like you really want the Halloween look because you can make it a little bit less with the dyes you choose, but you're still going to get like the bat effect and all of that coming through. So
yeah, that's the other thing that was like I was on the I was kind of with Tavik on the fence with the wings on some of the mounts, but like the bat effect, it's like that you can't get really, it's there as well.
It's cool. Like I said, I like the bat effect, but I don't know that I would always want it.
I use ice core and celestial dye, and it makes them look like light blue spirits / ghost mounts. Ooh. Yeah, when you see Dolphy cycle through them, like you can definitely see like kind of the smoke that overlays the mount. Like you can make some interesting like kind of backlit glow effects, and so it definitely dyes nicely if you, like I said, if you can get over the wings and the kind of bat effects coming off of it. Any final thoughts on the mounts themselves?
Not really. They're cool.
Yeah, hopefully we figure out something with the beetle things, because I know people like to have them as sets. Like, I don't know if they'd ever release them separately or as like maybe a separate bundle of like, here's all the, here's basically a set of 5 skins that are just for the beetle that are these makeup ones, but I don't know, we shall see, and hopefully we maybe figure out some mount skin looks. Next year, Pumpkinhead mounts and the beetle is a rolling pumpkin. I think I did see some people like suggesting that, which honestly, if there was like a giant Mad King like one, like maybe when you hit the burst, they'll laugh.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Like I'd be very tempted to pick that one up. Yeah, so definitely check that out. Some returning items. The permanent Mad King finisher and permanent Scarecrow finisher are 30% off. The mini Choya pumpkin gang is at 400 gems. The winged head piece is at 400 gems as well. The Phantom's hood and Grenth hood are 25% off. Those are pretty nicely, you can dye those pretty nicely. The Raiment of the Lich and Ghostly outfit and Noble Count outfit are also in the gem store, which I think they are sitting at 700 gems. Remember, they are outfits, so it's all or nothing. You can hide the head slot, stuff like that. So, would you recommend any of those? And maybe chat, do you have ones that you use that you'd be like, definitely got to pick this up?
For me, like, they're all pretty cool. I don't think I actually have any of them though. Like,
for me, Raiment of the Lich, it's like, it was kind of like a Guild Wars 1 as well. If you have the black not dragon wings, the black feathered wings, that's kind of the original look that you had in Guild Wars 1. That one's pretty good. The Noble Count outfit, I would say if you're looking for like a good female like gown, I think that one for like, I know it does it on the female human. I'm not sure about female Norn or the other ones how it sits, but it definitely does look very elegant, I would say, for the female.
Oh, the wedding raiment, or what? What one
No,
are you talking about?
the noble count outfit. If I'm thinking of this
Oh, the
correct
noble
one, it kind of it's ghostly outfit. That's the one with the flaming head, right?
Yes, I think so.
If I'm not mistaken. And I think we talked about that last week, where I think that one's definitely a nice one. If you hide the helmet slot, you can kind of almost make it look like it's like a nice set of armor. Which, granted, you can't mix and match it, so it's not exactly like a nice set of armor. But it does, you can dye it pretty nicely, and it kind of creates like a nice little vortex. Oh wait, no, that's no, ghostly outfit is the one with the smoky head. The lunatic court outfit was the one with the one I was describing. I think I have the ghostly outfit as well. It definitely is pretty cool if you like the aesthetic of it's almost like a dark specter kind of head with like kind of like the smoke effect that you kind of see on the mounts coming off the head and stuff like that. And it's kind of has like almost like a Crusader Knight kind of outfit, so it definitely does look good as well.
Right.
But headless mounts would be cool. ArenaNet would never let it happen. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there was any headless characters that were like displayed in like Guild Wars 1 or anything like that, but
maybe nearly headless.
I think that would be slightly worse. Especially if it had physics attached to it. The raptor jumps like
oh my god, the head's like
yeah, I think it would at that point you would just want to make a headless. There are headless characters in game now. I was gonna say I was pretty sure that we had I mean it's not totally unheard of. I mean, so it would be a possibility.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't go with Arlie's suggestion of making it like hanging on by a thread.
Well, like it could be mostly attached, and then every now and again when you jump a lot, it flops over. It's like, oh, shake it back up.
I think that's more where ArenaNet might have the problem.
I think it would be cool. Okay.
Hey, ArenaNet, put it in. I don't know. Go for it. I'm just worried. Like I said, when that raptor leaps and you get smacked in the face with a face.
That'd be amazing.
But yeah, definitely check out that stuff. Any other final thoughts on the gem store in general?
Nope.
Last up we have Community Corner. First up in Community Corner we have the Night of the Necromancers. So there was a forum post, and I can throw it in chat for people. Right button. But yeah, it's ran by Sin of Anubis, and I think they are part of the guild that was kind of doing Pink Day in LA and stuff like that, raising for cancer awareness and cancer research. But on October 31st at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, which I'm trying to figure out, that would be 6 p.m. Eastern Time, correct? And then it would then be 3 Pacific Time, and I'm trying to I don't know what it would be GMT, so I do apologize for anyone overseas. Maybe if someone in chat knows.
Yeah. Well, I think GMT is -4 from Eastern, or +4 from Eastern. Eastern is -4 from GMT, I think.
Sure. Feel free to do that math. It's either plus or -4.
Wait, when is the date of this again?
Chat is saying +5. Okay. It is October 31st at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, so that would be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, also because it depends on, I think it's
chat is saying 5.
Yeah, I think it's for when we do in the spring when we move our clocks, because we move our clocks before they do. So there's a time period there where it's only 4, and that's what got stuck in my head.
Hey, just be in game all day.
We move our clocks on November 4th, so
be in game all day just in case.
Yeah, just log on. Don't go to sleep. It's cool.
Yeah,
exactly.
Be safe. Yeah. But their ultimate goal is to map cap 150 necromancers on a single instance of Lion's Arch. They'll also be trying to do 50 necro all-out assault on the Mad King's Labyrinth. Oh man, all minions! Come on, all minion mancers! Like
that would be amazing.
Oh, that'd be so fun to look at. Also doing races around Lion's Arch. Also doing some fashion wars, including an all pink Necromancer Fashion Wars category. Ooh.
Ooh.
And they also said some many other fun things in store. Yay, free hour. But yeah, definitely check that out. It's a nice little fun event, especially in the Halloween spirit of necromancers. I mean, I think Revenant should get an invite. We are just communing with the spirits. That's kind of spooky.
Mm-hmm.
But one guardian would ruin it all. Yeah. But yeah, definitely check that out if you're around on October 31st around 5 p.m. Which, like I said, if you're in the EU, that's probably going to be more closer to November 1st.
Right.
But so, in case everybody's aware. But also, reminder, the Guild Mag Annual is, they're currently taking pre-orders. You can get your copy today, and it's to help support World Child Cancer. Mm-hmm. I still say that's always weird to say. It's for the research, and it's But we'll throw the link in chat, and also if you're watching these on YouTube, we do have the links in the description, just so you can always check it out. Hopefully we'll eventually get Age back here, so I know he still has some copies of previous years, so he can hopefully show you some of the high quality stuff. And I know I think you can also, since they do eventually release this thing digitally, you can see like at least the content wise what you could expect from it,
right?
But like, it's kind of hard to show you the quality of it, but I mean, everybody that I've talked to that's bought one has said how it's very high quality. It definitely feels like a nice, like, solid magazine that's not just going to fall apart in your hands. It's
right.
So definitely would recommend it just for the artwork alone. I mean,
and there's tons of content in it. So we have the magazines we put out regularly throughout the year, but this has even more content than is in a normal one. So
yep, that's definitely worth checking out. And like I said, it goes to a good cause. I mean, good charity this year. And other years. Not the other years.
I was about to say, damn.
Yeah, the other years were garbage.
Yep.
No, but yeah, definitely check it out. And I think they're doing all this at cost. Like, I don't think they're making any profit on it, so it's not like they're.
Yeah, it's the cost of printing the magazines plus $5, which the $5 goes to the charity.
Yeah. Yeah, like chat saying $5 every sale. So, and they only basically make the amount that they get the orders for. So they really don't have extras sitting around. So it's not like you can think of like, oh, maybe I'll just pick this up later. No, it's got to be.
Yeah, some people were asking about seeing if they could get past years, and I know they said that there's just not extras because they don't print that many. So.
So definitely this is your only opportunity to get the physical version, and like I said, it's definitely high quality. They don't skimp on it. So and also we've talked about in the past, we're nearing that the date for it, but Kid the Traveler's legendary contest, she's still doing her 20 legendary giveaway. Holy crap,
it's insanity.
Yeah. 5. She's gonna do 5 on Twitch, 5 on Reddit, 5 on Twitter, and 5 on the Guild Wars 2 forums. And you can enter in each method, so you basically can have up to the 4 entries, but you can only win once. So that's still, you enter 4 times, you can win 1 legendary. So the drawing will be on December 24th, but the last day to enter will be December 1st. So we are nearing that. We're nearing, we're nearing close to a month.
Right.
Oh man, almost December.
I know. It's crazy.
Enter on 4 accounts. Let's just not rig it.
Yeah, please don't do that.
But yeah, definitely check it out. And let me throw the link in just in case for people. This is the link to her actual website, and it will kind of give you the details there, but it also gives the links to like the Guild Wars 2 forum post, and like I said, that stuff will be in the description on YouTube. But yeah, that I believe is it for this week. Any final thoughts on Community Corner?
Good stuff, though.
Yes, indeed. And Robin, where can they find you?
On Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Arlie82. Yay!
I still get thrown off by Instagram. I'm like, Instagram.
I know.
And you can find me at simply_Dale on Twitch and Twitter. And don't worry, chat, we'll stay around a little bit for a little bit of an after show. And we'll feel free to talk about continue to talk about things, or maybe even general gaming things. And sky's the limit on pre-show and after show. That's why you need to show up live, which you can do that. We go live at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, a little bit early for pre-show stuff. But that's at twitch.tv/MAAD Realms, 2 A's in the MAAD. If you prefer to watch this, you can't make it out, we do highlight it on Twitch if that's your preferred method. We do put it up on YouTube, and that's just youtube.com/MAAD Realms, 2 A's in the MAAD. Noticing a pattern here. That goes up on Sundays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And we are starting to do other shows. We've been doing Vote to Kick, and definitely need to go out there, people, and go to the last episode of Vote to Kick and vote for Kick so I can win. Just saying. But yeah, we did it on basically solo gameplay in the MMO space, and should we keep or kick type thing. But yeah, definitely go check that out. It's definitely a good thing to watch. Oh god, where's the Warframe podcast? Slowly trying to get other things going. But yeah, if you do want to watch any of this stuff in one easy place, just go to maadrealms.com, 2 A's in the MAAD. And that's actually where we put our audio only version of this show. I know a lot of people have asked for it, so if you want the audio version of the show, it is on that website, and we usually put that up. It goes live usually the same time we put it up on YouTube, so Sundays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And I believe that is it for this week, and we'll talk with everybody next time, and we'll see you in the game. Good night, everybody.